Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Loni, and if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, and also you can turn on the notification bell just so you don't miss any upload. And for returning subscribers, of course, I appreciate you guys. Guys, it's been such a long time since I made a video that even my setup took so long for me to get it right. This is actually my first time shooting with my new phone, so I don't know if it has to do with the settings of the camera, and I know it took me a while to get used to my old phone, but this is a new phone and the setup really took a long time. And that really brings me to the video I'm going to be making today. I'm sure you can already tell what the video is about from the title. As usual, I have my notebook here. Yeah, I know this is not my usual notebook, but I had to get this smaller notebook because there are times that on the go, something came into my mind. I just really need to write that idea down. I make use of my notes on my phone, my notes app. Sometimes I also have this app, it's called Tube Body or something like that. There's a place where they call the topic planner, where you can write the list of things that you want to do. So sometimes I also make use of that, but I'm more of a manual person. Like, I prefer to write with biro and paper. So anyway, I got this other notebook just to make it easier for myself. So that's what I'll be using today. We'll be talking about my challenges as a Nigerian YouTuber. And one of the reasons why I'm talking about it is just because I think about all the things that makes it difficult for me to upload as regularly as I want to. And I started to write those things down. Just, once you can identify your problems, you will be able to start working on the solutions, right? So I did that, not because I wanted to make a video, but then it now makes sense to say, somebody out there might also be having the same challenges. Why not just come up here and talk about it, and let me hear you guys comment, in the comment section. Challenges of a Nigerian YouTuber. I was going to put upcoming, but really I feel like even the ones that are doing so well would also have experienced this one time or the other, even now that they are so big. Sometimes it's just that it might not really impact so much on them right now as much as it probably did in the beginning. So that's why I just removed the upcoming part from there. Anyway, I feel like my intro is already too long, so let's just get right into the video. So number one, I wrote here, the first and the foremost issue I always have when I want to make a video is electricity. If you live in Nigeria, we all know that electricity is not stable. In some places, electricity can be stable, right? Maybe if you live in a service department where as soon as the electricity provided goes off, your own alternate electricity comes back, like either your generator or inverter and things like that. But there's still that challenge of that cut. Just before I started recording this video, electricity went off like 3 times. And like, they will take it, they bring it back in like 5 minutes, they take it, they bring it back, and that almost discouraged me. But at the same time, I already tried to work towards that as far back as maybe 2020, when I got my rechargeable ring light, which is what I'm using right now. So because I knew that electricity was always going to be a challenge, I decided that when I was going to get the ring light, I won't just buy the ring lights that you use with electricity. I bought the one that also has rechargeable batteries. And it's not like I don't have a generator, but trust me, if I'm making this video and my gen is on, you can hear the noise in the background because I shoot in my living room and my generator is very close to my window in the living room. So it's just a challenge, and I'm sure it's everywhere, except you use maybe you decide you have inverter is very silent. I've considered getting an inverter several times, but most of the people that I also know use inverters have complained that it doesn't last that long. I don't know if it has to do with brand or it has to do with a certain type, so it's just not something that I've really considered investing in. I just feel like if there's no light, there's the generator. So anyway, so light is always a challenge. Now another thing is, if you say, okay, you don't want to depend on electricity and you want to depend on the natural light. Okay, I'm shooting this video in the afternoon. How much natural light can I really get? In fact, it rained earlier today, so the clouds are even still a bit dark. So that means if I have to keep waiting for when natural light is perfect, I might not make a video. I'm sure you guys understand, right? Yeah, so the next thing I will be talking about is background noise. I have AC. Sometimes I use the AC. In fact, I sit directly under the AC. I can direct the vent. But there are times that even the voltage of the electricity is not even enough for the AC, so you still have to use the fan to support. And I'm sure sometimes you can hear the sound in the background. Now that's even internally. Another background noise that I always have to deal with is from my environment. So I live in a flat, right? My flat is closer to the gate, and that means it's closer to the street. So if cars are passing, bikes are passing, you can actually hear their sounds if you listen carefully. Then sometimes I can hear my neighbor's pets. Like, I have a particular neighbor that has chicken. you know, she rears chicken, even though they are kept in a cage. But sometimes they roost, like the rooster will roost. Is that the word? So sometimes you hear them. There was a time she had turkeys. I don't know if she still has turkey, but you can hear them. You know that there's this sound that they make. You can hear them. So there are times that when they are making noise like that, I have to stop and be looking and be waiting. So things like that, it's just very distracting. And then I'm making this video on a Sunday, so everywhere is a bit quiet. People are resting. If I had decided to make this video on like a Saturday, or maybe on a day that kids are not in school, maybe they are on holidays, my neighbor's kids will be outside playing and everybody will be shouting all over. But somehow today I'm lucky, everywhere is quiet. Other background noise, I know I mentioned generator earlier, so imagine generator is on right now. Maybe I don't have electricity and the generator is on. You would almost be able to hear the sound in the background. Even if it's not my neighbor's generator, you might be able to hear the sound in the background. And sometimes, in fact, I remember that there was a time that for every time I made a video, I always have to try and put music in the background just to mask all those background sounds. In fact, because of that, I got a microphone. But like I said, I'm using a new phone now, so in this particular video I'm not using my microphone. There's a way the microphone helps to mask the background noise to an extent. But I'm trying to test out this new phone with audio and video just to see if I will be needing the microphone as much. And just like I said, I'm lucky today, everywhere is a bit quiet, so I didn't really see the need for it. Yeah. Then the third thing I'll talk about is time. So some of you might know I'm a mom, I'm a career woman, I'm a business woman. At least if I'm not doing any of my businesses that I've done in the past right now because of work, YouTube is also a business. So I have so many things I'm always trying to juggle at the same time. There are times I'm actually working 2 jobs. So sometimes to even have that time to sit down, I mentioned earlier that I'm making this video on a Sunday. I recently started a job that takes me to work Mondays to Saturdays. So that means I leave my house very early, I come back quite late in the evening. I've had times when I had to make a video in the middle of the night, just because that was the only time I could make the video. Today I took this opportunity because my kids are out of the house, so the house is a bit quiet, and I decided that okay, why not just take this opportunity to make this video. So getting that time, you know, when everything works right for you 100% is always a challenge. I'm sure time, I don't know, maybe for people that do YouTube full-time, maybe time might not be an issue. Maybe some other things might be the issue, but for those of us that still juggle it with other things that we do, time is a constraint. Now I might even make a video. Being able to edit is another thing. These days I'm trying to be more intentional with any little time I have. I just pick up my phone. That's one of the reasons why I have not even invested in a camera. Like, it's easier for me to just make the video with my phone and edit it on my phone, because with that I'm able to do that on the go, you know. It just makes sense. Now the fourth thing I'll be talking about, I think I've touched on this a number of times. Distractions. Just like I said, I'm a mom. Imagine if my kids were here. Even if I tell them, oh, can you guys give me a few minutes, I want to make a video, occasionally they will come and knock and say, mommy, are you done? You know, things like that. And I really can't lock them up. Even when I lock them up, they will knock and then you guys can hear, and then they distract me. So that's one side. But right now, because I'm using my phone, I had to put my phone on airplane mode. There's tendency that sometimes my phone will ring and then it stops recording. And when there's a cut in the flow, you know, sometimes just getting back into the game is always like very difficult. And then the last thing that I'll be talking about is familiarity. I'm sure saying familiarity, somebody is wondering how does that relate to this video. Now I live in Nigeria, which means that we just have a lot of traditions. Yeah, let me use traditions, because like there are some things that they will not expect you to talk about, there are some things that they will not expect you to do, and all of that. And there are some things that I might feel like I need to say this, but somebody coming from maybe my type of background might feel like, why would she even say that in the public? You know, things like that. I'm not even talking about bad things, but some people might feel like some things are too personal that you do need to come up here. Just like I will use one typical example in Nigeria. If you are pregnant in Nigeria, except your pregnancy has started to show, people expect you to hide it. People expect you to keep quiet about it. People expect you not to even say it until it starts to show, right? Yes, that can be a good thing. Like, it's your choice. But imagine me being pregnant right now and deciding that, oh, I want to document my pregnancy. I want to talk about it. I want to update. I might be doing it from a place of I'm trying to document these things for future references, right? And because I'm a YouTuber, I might decide to actually do that online. But you see some people come up and say, no, why is she putting herself out there? And that will also take me to the part where you know, starting out as a YouTuber, people will tell you start with people around you, you know, talk to your friends. I remember when I was trying to grow my channel, for every time I met somebody, my friend, my colleague in the office, I'll take your phone, then I'll go to my channel and I'll subscribe and tell you, please watch my videos, subscription is free, you know, things like that. And that means that at least a portion right now, a large portion of my subscribers are people that I know. So that kind of restricts me sometimes in the kind of content I post, because in my mind I'm like, somebody knows me, and this person that knows me is watching this video, and the person might see me tomorrow and is using what I said in that video to judge me, you know, things like that. Not like I really care, but maybe when it gets to the point where I have more followers that are not in my familiar space, maybe then I can shoot some types of content that I would really love to put on here. Anyway guys, I hope this video is not long. I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes, but I just wanted to come up here and talk about my challenges as a Nigerian YouTuber. Let me know where you're watching from, let me know if you're a YouTuber, and let me know what other challenges that I did not touch in this video. Guys, if you made it to the end of this video and you didn't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button, like my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.